Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Movie Chats with Rai and Ant. And today we're going to talk about the 2022 movie Resurrection, directed by Andrew Semans, starring Rebecca Hall and Tim Roth. All right, so I chose this movie, and I just wanted to start that I want to apologize for choosing this movie because we're gonna
Look,
get into it, but I thought it was a
I picked
terrible movie.
I picked Brick, so I'm not one to
Yeah,
talk.
yeah, you picked some crap. That's right. So yeah. Okay,
We're,
where to start?
we're,
Let's
we're
start maybe positive. It's gonna be very short. I would say acting, especially Rebecca Hall. I
right.
have to give it to her. She was very good in that. And I think
Yeah.
this is what makes it even more frustrating is that it's such a wasted performance on that piece of crap of a screenplay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That I've seen a couple, not many of her movies because she was in a
Mm,
couple of the Godzillas, and I was like, And then Godzilla X Kong, I think she's the lead, where
mm.
it's this is a, not a good movie, and it's just not a good screenplay. She doesn't pick good screenplays. Let's face it, though. But then there
Yeah.
was that 7 minute monologue where it's just the camera's on her, and she's telling the story about her past with David and her baby. That was brilliant. Just for her to get through that in one take was very well done. I've got to
It
give her
was
that. That
good. You're talking about the scene when she's saying that to the intern?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was messed up as well. I mean, that took me out
Right.
of it. It's like, seriously, who in their right mind is going to spill their guts and their most intimate, messed up story to an intern at work where she can't even say it to her daughter? And also, she can't even say it to the cops when she's asking for protection. This is so
Yeah.
frustrating. She's a frustrating character.
Yeah, and then after she's told the whole story, and we'll get into what the story is in a second. She's like, "Okay, see you tomorrow."
Yeah,
Yeah, because that intern's really going to be able to sleep after hearing that story. It's just like,
I know.
what
And
the?
you know what? To the Queen's Place credit as well, the way that the intern reacts is the right response. It's like,
Right? Yeah.
what is that a test or are you testing me? Is that about work or what are you talking to me about? It's like, yes, right, right response.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Um, I really like Tim Roth in it as well because obviously
Yeah.
you just don't know what this character is at first, and so it's about half an hour in where she goes to the park and she's basically saying, "Stay away from me," and he's like, "I'm
Mm.
sorry, madam. I don't know who you think I am. I think you might have been mistaken." And then he goes, "Nah, no, psych. I'm me." And then the facial expressions he gives is just it's almost hilarious.
He's always good. I really like him as an
Yeah.
actor. And this is why this movie is so frustrating because, I mean, I really went on by the trailer and the two actors. I mean, I didn't really know her that well. It's the kind of actress that you see in movies, but you can't really put a name on it. It's like, oh, she's there. She's always good, but she has never really been the lead in any movies. Like, this is the first movie that I see where she's the lead character in it, and she can act,
Yeah.
definitely. But I really went by the trailer, and Tim Roth is in it. And he has this very, I don't know, if I was to meet him in real life, I think I would be impressed by his aura because he's very, I don't know, cold with these blue piercing eyes, and like I would be very intimidated. And by the trailer, you would say, well, he has been in a very abusive relationship, and he was the abuser. I was very excited because, like, yes, if someone can play that and be very intimidating and be very scary, he can really do it. But that's not where really the movie goes and what this is about. It goes into
No,
absolute nonsense.
it has more of a. I was confused. I didn't realize it was going to be a supernatural kind of horror film going into it. I
Yeah.
think that's where my I was taken aback, where it's not a psychological thriller, it's a horror thriller
Mm,
where we'll tell the audience. So basically, 22 years ago, uh, Rebecca Hall's oh my goodness, Margaret and David were in a relationship. He became almost this. He took control over her. He was
mm,
a sadist. He basically said that you need to do these things for me for kindness, and then it was basically he became almost an abusive relationship where he took
yeah,
control over her. Then they had a baby, and he said, "Go out one day. I need you to go to the shops for me." And she's come home, and he's air brackets eaten the baby. Now the baby's with him, and the baby is still with him. And that's where you just basically you kind of come out of this and go, what is this movie trying to be? All
yeah,
along, I was thinking that because she's obviously just going into like she's losing control. She's a very controlling person when you first meet her. She likes things to be a certain way. Her houses are meticulous. Her desk has got a little bit of a wet kind of patch on it, so she wipes it. She's in control over her affair. She's having an affair with that guy named Peter, who's
hmm,
married. So she's slowly losing control. And I'm thinking, well, then David's a hallucination. She's losing
mm,
control of herself. So
yeah.
that's how I'm basically going into the ending. I think the ending is very ambiguous. So
It's
my
very
thought,
ambiguous. I mean, the movie lost me with the baby stuff
yep,
because I was like, okay, well, then he committed the unspeakable. He ate the baby, and then he's being very sadistic towards her, saying, well, the baby's still alive, but inside me is in my tummy. And at the beginning, I was like, okay, well, that's sadistic. But then he really goes into it, into he's alive and he's kicking and you want to touch it. And I was like, it loses its impact because it's starting to sound quite ridiculous. And then the scene in the hotel room when she opens his belly and takes out the baby is like, what the hell is that about?
yeah, I that's where I lost it
I
because
lost it
okay, is
completely.
yeah, is the entire thought. I always thought I still think he's a hallucination and the baby is a hallucination. But then we cut to this almost white room where
Yeah.
the daughter has come back and they've got the baby and the it's all happy. Even the baby has. Did you notice the baby only had three fingers as well? I
Mm.
don't know if you caught that. I had to go back and look at that. Maybe the white room is she's actually in a psych ward, and then
Uh,
there is no actual baby.
yeah, I mean, there is the last shot of it where she's getting stressed and anxious. So the
Yeah,
way that I interpreted it is that it's part of her delusion, and actually the story is her descending into madness. I think that yes, David has existed in the past, but he's not back. He's definitely in her head. And as you were saying, she's losing control little by little, and she's losing her grasp on reality. And the end is her just being absolutely gone and living in her delusion.
yeah,
But to get there, is the movie really thinks that it's smarter than it actually is by a wide mile.
right, yeah. It, yeah. I think instead of let, I think that what the director writer wants us to everybody have their own interpretation of the movie, but you've got to have a smarter kind of screenplay before that for us
Yes,
to have that kind of it. The screenplay was silly and it didn't work for what it wanted to do.
no. And I'm not even sure if it knows what it wants to do. To be honest, it feels like it's throwing a few scenes and a few dialogues, and then it's just cobbled together, and it's very flimsy. It's not well done at all.
Which is a shame because it had so much going for it, like a great cast. I loved the score. The score was
Mm,
uh, and was actually a very pretty film to watch as well because
Yeah,
it had that going for it. Just a really bad screenplay and a really bad ending.
yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, well,
I think that
um,
might be a short one. Do you have anything that
yeah,
you want to add before we go into the
yeah. One
scores?
more. There's things that they brought into the film as well, which just it didn't go anywhere. The tooth in Abby's wallet.
That
Remember? I
was
don't know.
that was the first thing where I was like, this is super odd. So she finds a tooth in her wallet, but then they kind
Yeah,
of like, oh yeah, it's like if I was to find a tooth in my wallet, I would be like, what the hell? How did it come here? Who does that belong to? And she's even like, oh look, it has a bit of tartar on it, and it's like, don't touch
yeah.
it.
Right. Yeah, that just.
This is
Yeah,
not
I don't
how
know. I
people
just
act.
no, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's just weird. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, audience. We've had a couple of stinkers. Hopefully the next one's a bit better.
Watch it, you will understand.
That's
Like, what do you say? There is no bad press.
right. Yeah. All right. Let's get into our scores.
Let's get into the scores. Should I start?
Go for
All right, so that's gonna be a strong 1 out of 5 stars.
it. Wow, that's harsh.
That's harsh, but it's went to. I think the only 1 star that I gave was the surfer. I will give 1 star when a movie really rubs me the wrong way, and this movie really did because it had so much potential and it wasted it on a screenplay that was nonsensical and pretentious, and it really annoyed me. The characters are annoying. It doesn't make any sense. I would not recommend it at all. So here you have it. How about you?
Uh, I'm going to be slightly less harsh than you and go 1.5 because I didn't mind the score, and I thought Rebecca Hall did a pretty good job in that
Sure.
7 minute monologue. That was pretty good. But yeah, this is not a film I would recommend. Don't watch this, everybody. It's we watched it so you don't have to.
Exactly. We did you a favor. So please, on that said, follow us, comment if you disagreed, recommend the podcast, always help with the algorithm, and we'll talk to you next time.